Episode 12, we talk with STAWELA, Tip TV, PreshCo International Maternity and Women Healthcare Clinic. Let's go.
Then when I come home, my boyfriend is angry with me. Hey Joe, wakotisa before time. I haven't even introduced you, but wakotisa Clark. Jojo, this one.
I don't understand what she's saying. Wakotisa, your kuku monna, your beetroot. You go there. That's a bohadi.
Yes. I haven't been introduced formally. No mahadi, no nothing. But I already went to Kotisa. It was not out of choice. I was caught, because of the way the students were talking about me. They made my, mother-in-law to raise bros and say, Jojo, we are dealing with a kind of a special character, I suppose. Then what? Also sold Tupperware again.
Yes.
Even with Tupperware. It was distributor. It was so easy with me for Tupperware because of when the matrons are out, I will call them and say, you know what, this bowl, we call it this and that. Just pour flour, pinch of salt, warm water, and you stand like this. And then I will demonstrate. You shake your body. When you shake your body, it's an exercise to your body, and at the same time, you are making dough for pizza. When you open, the dough is rolled up and it's nice and round. You just put it on a flat surface, you roll, you put your tomato paste, your onions, green pepper, cheese, whatever you want, mushroom, and your halloumi or whatever that you want, your mincemeat, then you've got a pizza. So I'm teaching women to be better women, mothers and whatever at home, and I'm teaching them for
keep it fresh,
keeping healthy, and as well I'm making business. And when I'm done with that, because I will demonstrate it nicely, then they laugh and their legs are up. They will say, I want it. Everybody will say, I want that bowl, I want that bowl. And I will, pride myself to say, today I'm selling just one item. I'm not going to display a table like you usually see. I'm going to sell one item, but God, please give me the wisdom to know how I'm going to be able to sell this. After that, I resigned at Ogni Clinic because I was a junior nurse, and the student that would come to Ogni Clinic, I would train them, when they are doing their practicals, and they would always talk about the way they benefit a lot from me and whatever. Come at the time for them to be permanently employed, they were employed as senior nurses, not junior.
Above you?
Above me.
Yeah.
Then I started, saying, I need to put my character conspicuous. These people, they don't know me. Started talking to the facility manager, going up to the area manager, the AD. They didn't take it well. They took it like, because I'm married to a doctor, I think I'm better. Certain stigma. I was stigmatized, and I said, no, it's fine. Peacefully, I'm going to resign.
You told them that?
Yeah. I resigned. I didn't have a job, but I told them, I'm resigning. Tomorrow I'll be working. And it was just like that. I resigned immediately.
Hey dog, I'm nervous, B.
Don't be nervous, man.
You got a professional female in the midst. This is not any normal.
Yeah, that's when you start climbing the ladder. That's about.
Level of sophistication has just increased. Levels. The next people who are gonna interview Tanzila, make sure you guys are on point.
Yes, now.
Episode 12 is setting a very high standard.
Oh, this is episode 12?
Yes.
Wow.
It's episode 12. We good to go, B?
Yeah, we're good to go, man.
We're swinging, all cameras is on.
Get to it, man.
Aye.
6, 5,
yes.
4, 3, 2, 1. Cut.
Make that slap.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to episode 12. Big Talk with STAWELA on every Q tip. Before I introduce our guests, I would like to say, me and the director Sipo would like to thank everybody that has been watching the previous 11 episodes. Thank you very much. Truly speaking, we appreciate and we really love the fact that you guys in and around Klerksdorp Northwest are loving what we are doing. And like we keep on saying, if you know somebody with an interesting story or a certain profession or a talent, speak to us. And then if that person is available, we come down and sit down with them and they can tell us about their business, their life story, or whatever it is that is happening that you guys would love to hear. And if you guys think that person has something that is shared to the world, please let us know. We'd like to thank everybody that's been watching, everybody that's been liking, and everybody that's been sharing. But we like to stress the point, people, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification bell. We need more subscriptions. We can see that you guys are watching the videos, the views are picking up very nicely, but we need more subscriptions. So please, please subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe. Thank you for those that are watching and subscribing and those that are dropping comments, because your comments help us to know what more we can do or how the episode was. Please talk to us. The more information we have, the better we get to do this, the better we get at doing this. I'm sorry. So everybody that's been watching, subscribing, thank you very much. And those that are just watching and not subscribing, please hit that subscribe button. We want the show to grow, more viewership, more exposure. This is what is needed in and around Klerksdorp Northwest. We have a lot of stories to tell and we can only grow if you guys help us to grow. So please hit that subscribe button. Eric Q Tip TV, Big Talk with STAWELA. Hit that subscribe button. Without any further ado, let's get to it. Episode 12. This episode is very interesting, very nice. We have a professional female in her establishment of business, PreshCo International Maternity Women's Health Clinic, IV Bar and Spa. She offers the following services: pregnancy checkups, breast light, pap smear, family planning, STI immunization, menstrual problems, HIV and AIDS, ear piercing, blood pressure, blood sugar and lab test, private midwife births, termination of pregnancy and minor illnesses. You can contact the office on 018-464-1121. That is 018-464-1121. And the emergency line is 072-720-6601. That is 072-720-6601. And the place of establishment is number 1 Oliver Tambo Street, shop number 4, near the taxi rank, opposite Overland Groceries. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys please come through and support the your female partners and family planning. This is a very beautiful initiative that Precious has opened for people in and around Klerksdorp. If you have family plannings or any other minor illnesses or any medical profession that you might need assistance with, she is here. Without any further ado, the lady of the hour. PreshCo.
Yes, thank you, STAWELA, for having me, and good evening. Good evening to you too, viewers at home.
Freshie.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, let's start straight from the scratch, from the ground. Please let the world know where you grew up at, who are you, and we'll start the conversation off nicely.
Okay. Precious Refilwe Felicity Mashubi, maiden name Sifilaro, was born and bred in Soweto, Midlands, Zone 1.
Mosotra.
Yeah.
For real?
Grew up in Rustenburg. Later My secondary education level, I started attending in Rustenburg.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. You grew up in Soweto.
Soweto. Born and bred, Soweto, Middlelands, Zone 1.
Zone 1.
Yeah.
Born and bred. Both parents also grew up in Soweto.
No, my father was from Rustenburg.
Okay.
Vonorkop, the Marikana Massacre area.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And my mom, born and bred in Soweto, in Joburg. Obviously, it was Sophia town before they were moved to Soweto.
Soweto, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So most of my aunts resided in Soweto.
Okay.
So growing up, you know, in the olden days, families were so close. My aunt was like my mother.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
So I was moving from Pinville. My other aunt is in Pinville, who is a businesswoman.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my other was in Middlelands. You know, different places in Soweto.
So you started your schooling in Soweto?
In Soweto.
Yes.
Then I went to Rustenburg.
So Soweto you did from grade 1 up until
standard 2.
Standard 2.
By then we were not talking about grades.
Actually,
it's not standard 2, standard 4.
Standard 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Then my standard 5, I started it in Rustenburg in Marikana, actually, for Norcop.
Okay.
5 and 6. Then further my high school education at HF Flow in Tlhabane.
So now, from primary and high school, what were you interested in? What were you doing? What was Precious like as a young Pekinini?
Oh, Precious by then was such a humble, down-to-earth introvert. You know, character. Wouldn't talk too much. I was a loner. I was walking alone.
Seriously?
Yes, and I felt I'm my best when I'm with myself more than with other people.
Introvert?
So in terms of friends, I was, very quiet and very selective. I was not a people's person until I finished my matric.
So primary and high school, you only reserved, introvert, very few friends. What were you into? Like when you say you prefer to be alone, what was entertaining you?
Ooh, I love cleaning my mom's house.
Yeah?
And I love decorating my mom's house.
Okay.
And if I'm not inside the house, I'm in my own house inside my mom's yard. I used to like Matambiswan, Mantlan.
Mantlan, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where the skills came from. Yeah.
With like cooking and stuff like
I
that.
was cooking for the whole day. I will cook spinach for you for the whole day.
I can never imagine you being an introvert.
Yes, and when I invite people to come and eat, I'm busy cooking. They will sit there for the whole day and then people asking,
Rejane.
when are we eating? Yes.
So then, okay, what were you were into sports or what were your interests back then?
Oh no, I was such an amazing loner. I didn't like sports. There's one
Amazing
time
loner.
I decided to engage into netball.
What grade is this?
Every time, I think I was doing standard 2. Yeah, and they started selecting, teams because I was, slender and very active.
Yeah.
And then, all the balls, when they came to me, they flew to different. I couldn't even catch a single ball. But when I have to catch a ball, I will,
what kind of?
Yeah, put on a show. People will be laughing and they will say, you must see, catching the ball, she will never. She will the ball, she will never. And that's when I made a decision that, you know what,
Sports is not for me. And then what were your other interests back then? Just netball.
Being, away from people, there was nothing there. I only started finding myself when I was doing, standard 9.
Yeah.
Before 10. I think the previous standard 9 was grade 11.
Grade 11, yeah.
Then my English teacher started identifying her. This one, she's doing well in English, the books that we do, the debates, she can participate much better on that.
Okay.
Then I started getting into debates here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Debate club and stuff.
Yeah, debates, yeah.
Okay.
We were debating with other schools and then, that a common topic, a pen is mightier than a sword. Those things, yeah. So my teacher realized that I also love the book that we were reading then. It was called I Had an Owl Call My Name. It was such a boring book because
I Had an Owl Call My Name.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of the other classes, history classes, they were doing Macbeth.
Okay,
You know, and
fair is foul and foul is fair. Yeah.
So Rona, we were doing this one and it was boring, but I would make it sound interesting.
Okay.
Especially when the teacher is teaching there and then he asks a question, the way I explain meticulously, and he would realize no, I've got my girl here. So when there are debates, he will engage me, and those are the only things that I can say I was active on. Up until I went to college. College.
So grade 9 and standard 9 and standard 10, it was debate team.
Yeah, debate team fair.
And then you were in Rustenburg at this point.
Rustenburg,
so did you travel out of Rustenburg into other schools and debating, or was it only?
It was just local.
Just local.
Yeah. You know, I was such a reserved person. I didn't want to spread my wings and whatever. You know, I was just enjoying.
So then after matric now?
After matric, I went to college. Before coming to college of nursing, I got some small jobs in Yana, your Clicks, your Woolworths.
Yeah.
You know, I started not Woolworths. What was this? House
and home or something.
I forgot the name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Old
shop that
shop.
was there a long time ago. It's not there anymore.
So did you take a gap year after matric?
Many gap years. I think after matric, I went to varsity, 1992. I completed my matric in 1990. 1992, I decided to go to varsity to do my social work training, education.
So 91 it was peace jobs.
Yeah, peace job.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's Clicks. It's that shop that I forgot my house something. And then Clicks, they loved the way I was working. I went through, I think, different branches. It was 311 in Rustenburg in town, 351, just going up a little bit, and then another one in Mafike.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked there, but as a casual, not a permanent, employee. And then, fortunately, as I'm doing my applications, the College of Nursing Excelsius, they called me to come for training. I went for an interview, it went successful. I slept at London Hotel. It was still a hotel, but I was amazed by the cockroaches that were there.
So Excelsius behind Vusalela there.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
Lantern.
This place that has got a different label. I slept there. It was still a hotel there.
This is 92.
1997. That's when I arrived in Klerksdorp.
So between 92 and 97.
90.
What?
90 and 97. I was doing these peace jobs. I worked a lot.
Okay.
I was actually a breadwinner at home.
Wow.
And I'm the
How many?
third born.
I was about to ask,
Yeah.
All girls.
No. There's a boy. First born is a girl. Second born is a boy.
All right.
It's me, the third born, a girl, and the last one is a girl.
Okay.
Yeah. So these other two, life must. They decided to take their own directions, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to go to school. I'm going to complete my matric. After completing my matric, getting these peace jobs, I became a breadwinner. And my brother realized that Jojo, my sister is ahead of me, and people are talking. He decided to get his tracks right, and then he went back to school.
Okay.
And then he finished. He's a qualified electrician, a very good electrician.
Okay.
And they call, if he visits me, the calls are so amazing. They want him there to come and fix whatever.
So when you came to Klerksdorp, you came to Klerksdorp 97. So 96, where were you before the interview? What were you doing then? You are
1996.
Yes.
Between 1990 and 96, I was working. It's only in 1992 I went to UDEBO to pursue my social work education.
Okay.
I couldn't get space. I was accepted for BA Ed, Bachelor of Education. So I did Bachelor of Education just for 1 year. And the second year, when I went back, we realized that as I've been plaqued on the walls of, the foyers and whatever, with other, students, I'm owing. We thought we paid by a check, only to find that the person who paid the check didn't have funds and it bounced. And not the whole time I was comfortable. So they said, our child, for us to accept you for this year, you have to pay 70% of this current year because we don't trust you anymore. And the previous year, you must settle your debt. My mom didn't have, she was working in the shop, butcheries and whatever, piece jobs. So it was amen. I decided to come home and said to my mom, you struggled a lot. You showed me how much you want education for me, but now God is saying it's not yet the time. Maybe later in life, but mommy, accept, because I don't like it. When I have to sleep, I have to jump the walls of the student residence. My friends are embracing me. I'm struggling. My knees are painful. I'm getting scratches and whatever, just trying to push to stay there. And it came to a point that I realized when I was sleeping in the library, because at night, I'm not doing anything.
Oh.
I'm walking around looking for shelter. There's a guy who's very popular. I won't say his name. He's a radio presenter and so on. He would get worried and say, Precious, come and sleep at my place at the, Boys Town. And I was saying, no, I was not raised like that. And he will walk throughout the night with me, trying to get accommodation. I would say, I've got a sister, she's training for social work, she's staying there, please accompany me to Muntiwa at night. 12 midnight, we are walking. So it was tough. I decided to accept that no, this is not the place for me. Yes, I want education, but not this way. I came back home. My mom embraced me. That was 1992. So when I had to go back 93, it was tough. I said, I'm no longer going. Mommy, I know you want the best for me, but I'm not doing it. And then proceeded to continue to do peace jobs. And then I had my first born in 1993. November, the end of 93, because of me moving out of that space of university. I started getting exposed to the ordinary things of life, then I had time to be doing those things. Then I birthed my daughter in November. From there, I started working because I had to work for my child. In 1997, fortunately, I was accepted. Actually, 1996, I went through interviews and everything. 97, I started my nursing career.
So when you were doing the interviews, where were you sleeping in Klerksdorp? Who did you know in Klerksdorp?
I didn't know anybody. Another guy there, he was my uncle, a very distant relative, told me about Lantern. He said, when I go to Klerksdorp, there's a hotel. It's called Lantern. I came to Lantern, and then I went to Clicks to buy some toiletry. I met some lady, very nice and friendly lady. She said, where are you? I said, I'm in Lantern. She said, that's a wrong place. I'm going to fetch you tonight. I'm coming with my friend. And she came with her friend, only to find that the friend is a male. And then this lady decided to take us out to movies and whatever. And when he Bioscope, new metro in City Mall, the old City Mall. And then when he opened the wallet, it was so loaded. And I realized now I'm in trouble because my mom told me, a man who is very much loaded, run away. Don't ask questions and whatever. Then I realized I'm in trouble. I said to my friend, yes, I appreciate your caring and whatever, but I'm sleeping in the Lantern. I will continue being friends with you, but I'm gonna sleep where I booked to sleep. Then I slept there in the morning, went for interview, but successful. I went home very excited. And then I came in 1997 to train for my nursing training there.
So now you're staying at the nursing home?
Yeah. When I started, now it was a nursing home.
So you becoming a nurse was not in your future plans, it was life that said opportunity here, nursing?
It was not in my future plans, but God has got his own ways. When I grew up, one of my aunts, she was in Orlando. She was staying there. So most of the time, I would move from my granny's house, still in Orlando, next to Orlando Stadium, and go to my aunt's place and sleep there because there was luxury. The husband was John Player Special Makubo there. Soccer guru, the one who used to hit the ball with the head. So I would be there most of the time. And when I woke up in the morning, my aunt was a nurse. She was such an inspiration to me. But when I wake up each and every morning, I would be woken up by some stilettos walking on the road. You will hear
Dog.
Dog. And then I will just peep through the window and I will see this nurse with that crown, that beautiful crown, and that
The
beautiful
badges.
the grey and maroon one for Paraguanat.
Baragwana Hospital.
Yeah, I used to, each and every single morning when I hear the studio close, I would jump to the window and look at it. Going.
So you were impressed by the outfit and the
And
professional.
the professionality.
Yeah.
And my aunt was, incredibly beautiful. She still is,
Yeah.
but now she's aged. She was incredibly beautiful. When she leaves the house, when I look at her also, I would tell myself, is this beautiful woman? I
Yeah.
want to be like her one day.
Yeah.
I went for my nursing career then, 1997. The very first year at college, they identified me as somebody who can be on the SRC. And it has never happened in the history of Excelsius College for one to be nominated and selected to be an SRC member. Because
First year.
obviously you don't know anything.
Yeah.
What can you do? Only because there was a strike going on when we entered the college, when we started our training. And they tried everything and they called a student body meeting to the nurses' home hall. And there they were asking, but we've tried plan A and plan B. What is plan C now? And I raised my hand and said, you're talking about plan C, you go straight to plan Z. Everybody started laughing. What is she talking about now? I said, plan Z means we're going to shake that college. What we want is going to happen tomorrow.
What were you striking for?
We were striking for, when you come for nursing training, if you fail twice, you have to pack your suitcase and go. And that is the threat that we used to receive on a daily basis. When you don't do well in class, you've written a test, you didn't do well, they'll say, you are a candidate who's going to pack the suitcase and leave. And that was not encouraging at all.
And these are the lecturers saying this.
These are the tutors. And I realized that, some of us comes with passion because it's a calling. Some, yes, they come because there's no money. And to be honest, now when I started thinking about nursing, it's because I realized it's something that I wouldn't mind because I was inspired, by my aunt and that lady who was in the same, neighborhood. But on the other hand, I was a breadwinner. I was not earning a salary. I get anymore. So I felt like, you know what? Let me pursue this one. Nursing, people are getting paid while still on training. That's how I decided, I'm comfortable with this. Then I came. So that's 1997. I was nominated to be an SRC member, but I think I became just a member. 1990. What was it? 1997.
Yeah.
1998, I was an SRC member, but I was nominated to be a secretary. No, deputy secretary. 1999, I was nominated to be a treasurer.
Okay.
And then, I think 2000, I became president of the SRC.
Oh.
Yeah, 2000.
I'm sure you were the first female to be president.
Yeah. No. I think there was a Refilwe Mudipadi and Refilwe Rampai, then it was a Refilwe Sifular.
Wow.
How do you like it?
Wow.
The Refilwes. Yeah, and then besides that, I've got the genes of being a businesswoman.
Yeah, you said one of your aunts was a business lady.
Many of my aunts.
Okay.
The one who was a nurse, she resigned from nursing. She became a beautician with her own makeup label called Thelma. Yeah.
This is back in the days.
Back in the days.
Wow.
The second one, the last born, she was a teacher. She resigned from teaching. She decided to have her own prototype. It's a book that looks like a robot.
Really?
She's the one who started this thing of, you can learn quite a lot of things out of a robot. Yellow means caution.
Yeah.
Green gives you go. Go for whatever you want to, achieve. And red means stop.
Stop.
Don't pursue. So she could, break it down and relate to so many situations and say a robot says quite a lot.
Yeah.
And she devised a prototype whereby school-going children at a very early age, they can now start to see life with a different eye, to say a robot can guide you in each and every aspect of your life. That is the last one, the 6th-born child. Ne? There is another one, okay, this aunt of mine, she was a naturalist, but she was into animals.
Okay.
She had when she passed on, she was already staying in Delside for a night. She bought a plot and she was, into farming.
Okay.
Yes. And the other one who's still alive, she's a funeral parlor guru.
In Soweto.
In Soweto.
Yeah.
She's a trendsetter. She's the one who started the type of funeral parlor where you do catering. You provide deco, and they wear gloves. You should see the cars when they move. The ladies.
What they call a dignified burial.
A dignified burial.
Yeah.
She used to say a decent send off.
A decent send off.
Yes, and then these ladies, it's T&L, Tembi and ladies. These ladies, they will take out their hands. They are wearing white gloves, and when the cars are moving, the cupid say doing this. And she's into Mercedes Benz and the BMWs and whatever, the latest SUVs, very expensive ones. Then I bought the same car, a GLE. So when I'm attending the funerals of the families and she's the one running the show, my car follows her car. I don't go there to the back, Yeah, and I'll say to them, I'm just shocked with that glove, guys. Help me with that glove, Yeah. So now, my mom would go with this one of a funeral parlor overseas to go and buy clothes. These clothes that you call China, from Hong Kong, whatever, these are the first ladies to be traveling to Bangkok.
Thailand, Bangkok.
Yeah. Elderly people, they will remember everything started off with Bangkok attires. Yeah, they will come with clothes and sell here in South Africa and whatever. They would fly. The better time when I was still doing my high school education, I will be alone at home and I will be so much responsible. I will not invite friends into the house, do parties and whatever. I was so responsible because my mother was most of the time out of the town, out of the country, let me say. Yeah. So most of them, they were business ladies. Which one am I forgetting? Or there's only one lady, the second born, because there were 6. The second born, she was just into cooking. She taught me how to fry a fish so deliciously that you won't believe, and how to make a dumpling.
Okay.
Her dumpling was like a cake. Yeah. She taught me how to do a dumpling that's not white but a little bit brownish in color. And as I'm talking, I'm swallowing my saliva, hyper salivating, because I remember how it would taste.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even need sishebo, to eat that dumpling. Ne? So I was blessed to be born into that family. Yes, and I'm proud of all of my aunts. Every family has got its weaknesses and so on, but there are also strong points. And it's up to you as an individual to be selective, abstractive, and choose those that they will build you and you're going to benefit from them. So that is the strongest quality, that one of business, and to be able to sustain. If it wasn't for them, I could have long given up in the business that I'm running today, because I face so much challenges. But stepping out of that zone of businesses, 1990, okay.
We are in the year 2000, you're the president now.
Yeah, I'm the president of the SRC.
So how many years is nursing?
Nursing is only 4 years,
4
but
years.
now I'm working like a doctor, because I'm going to be honest, I did my nursing for 6 years. Because of when I was doing my 3rd year level, I was the president again, and then I failed my course. Only to find that there at first year, I fought so hard to say no student will carry a suitcase and go back home if she is determined to stay. We don't do it because I said we go straight to plan Z. We don't do it, and by then there was already Klerksdorp record.
Okay.
And by then I already had my steady boyfriend whom turned out to become my husband at a later stage, but he was still a boyfriend. And I appeared on the newspaper cover page of Klerksdorp Record, wearing my sporty, wearing my All-Stars, and my jean, you know, the Pepe jeans, baggy jeans, ne? And my tracksuit with stripes on the sides. And I was like this, holding a black card. I was leading the Toto with the other SRC members. And my boyfriend said, Jo. It seems as if I took a wrong turn in my life. My woman appearing in cover pages of newspapers. No, girl, you need to get your ex right. And I said, this is who I am.
The passion you need.
Take me as I am. If you don't, unfortunately, I call a spade a spade. Yeah. So you cannot change me. This is who I am. And he started falling in love with my character as time goes. Then I forgot to mention, when I got into the college, I started, unleashing my entrepreneurial skills, character. I started a medical aid. I saw in the newspaper, said to my boyfriend, you're taking me to Yelder Grey Rodiport. There is a place there, they say you can join medical aid and blah, 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 blah. You know what I did? It was so easy for me. When every student gets enrolled into the college, the guy at administration, I said, why not just keep these forms for me? When they enroll, just throw in. I'll do the explanation, don't worry.
Yeah.
And automatically, each and every single student that enrolled in the college, they were my clients. It was just compulsory. Because when I explained to them, I said, you came here, you're still kids, your parents are not next to you. Should any one of you get ill, what's going to happen? Are you gonna sleep there by Tsepong and we come to Nestle and open your thighs and bath you there? And everybody decided, no, we need decent healthcare service. Then all of them, they joined Bonitas.
So you're an agent of Bonitas?
I was an agent. To an extent that now, during that first year of my working with Bonitas, the owner of that business in Yelder Green drove all the way with the person who was assigned to cover this area, because I was far ahead of this person. And the owner came and looked for me at the college, and they didn't find me, only to find that I'm next door in the doctor's quarters. I'm staying there. And then they came there. I welcomed them for some cappuccinos for them. They said, lady, what's your secret? First time in the history of my business, I have a person who reached sales of over 100 in 1 month. Your sales are so amazing. But when we enroll, the bridging course class, it's 100, they get educated in a school hall. And now we are not talking about other levels, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, up to level 4. I'm just talking about the bridgings. So I was always, I bought myself a car during my second year of study.
Your first car?
My first car.
What was
it? It was a Uno 5.
Uno. Everybody going like this is old school. Uno 5.
And then I took a look and I realized this college doesn't have a standard attire. We just see 1, 2 tutors, they are wearing white lumber jackets with a logo, but there is actually no uniform. I called on school student body meeting. Guys, come, let's talk about getting a uniform. We must have a formal, standard attire.
Be presentable.
Yeah, be presentable. I designed a navy blue and gold tracksuit for the college. Everybody loved it. There was a very big lady, I remember. I don't know whether I should mention her name or what, but I was really, really proud to have that lady as a tutor in my life. And I said,
mention her name, she helped you like that.
Mamo Khatla.
Mamo Khatla.
Yeah. I think she's old, more Alinteng, but yes. Then I designed a uniform for her. I made it look like a baggy, baby trouser and a jacket. She started having this amazing self-confidence, and when she walks, she used to use a stick, but her posture now was, straight up, saying to, she said to me actually, Precious, I don't know how I can thank you, my darling. They're doing things here, they never accommodated you. Only when you came to the picture, I really, really had a sense of belonging in this college. Always they felt like I'm just out of the league, I'm out of proportion and so on. I embraced her. She had,
So
a
this is your
standard.
second year now.
This is, my second
Making
year.
noise.
Yeah. And I forgot to mention it. Also at first year, when I came to the college, we were given this canvas dresses, and they were long. And they made us look figureless. First day of orientation, after going to the laundry to get those attires, they went to the hall for, formal session before going to the wards to be shown. Now I stayed in my room. I was cutting the dress. Cut that long dress and made it short. And I loved short dresses by then. And the figure allowed then, I get. And I said, you know what? I'm still going to be myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I walked into the hall, everybody went, and Ichuta was smiling and holding herself like this. And she said, Refilwe, is this what you are busy doing? And by then, the walk, I was walking high. It was like she hasn't said anything. I went to, and I said, where can I stay? And she said, there. I went to sit. And I started carrying a white suitcase. It was written Justine. Do you know Justine? Yes. Who was the inspiration there? My Aunt Poppy, Thelma. Ne? She was then Thelma Makubu, but now she's Thelma Tengalani. She's a beautician.
Yes.
I carried that suitcase with my short dress. I made sure my face is made up. I was so beautiful, but I was not applying foundation. I was natural, just to there and there, Yeah. Then, when the matrons are off work around 4 o'clock, because they used to do straight shifts, 4 o'clock, I will call sisters from other wards, and then they will come to the nurses' bay. I will start demonstrating. I will say, who has got a lipstick here? Hey, I've got. Take them out. I said, you see the way the lipstick is shaped? It says a lot about you. If you are a careless person, your lipstick is going to be crooked and what. But if you love yourself, you will show by the shape of the top of your lipstick. You go around it like this when you apply. And it's going to be nice and round. The one that's chipped like this, it says, hey, yeah. So they will get so interested. And I said, do you want some lipsticks? All of them. They say, hey, no, I want. I take out from my suitcase. It's a sale already. I've sold. And I joined Tupperware. And Tupperware, I became a distributor within a period of 3 months. It was like a miracle. The lady who was the owner of Tupperware from Kronstadt said to me, you must come to Kronstadt. I need to honor you. Because in history of Tupperware, nobody became a distributor within 3 months. My garage was full of Tupperware. We couldn't even pack cars.
So now when you moved out of...
When I moved from, doctor's quarters, we went with my partner to stay in Ogni. And even then, we were not yet married.
Yeah.
We got married just on the verge of getting our firstborn child, which was 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why when I nursing took you 6 years, it was all these businesses.
And the main problem, it was a year after we were doing, and I was leading, I was in the forefront. And now, me being into the SRC, I started being on the team for the council, college council. Okay. And there was another one. What did we call it, Ghana? I'll remember. Senate. The Senate meeting and the council meeting. The way I would express myself on those meetings. And sometimes when I struggle, but they can hear my point, there would be those tutors who would hear me well, what I'm trying to say. And I will tell them everything in black and white, plain, not trying to say, hey, I'm a student or whatever, because I'm here to represent the entire student body. So I must say it as it is. And the following year, I failed my third year. And I was not surprised because I realized that I'm very, very much active in this business of being an SRC. I started designing an office.
There at the quarters?
There at the college.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was no office for SRC. I started an office, designed, and the better time I was in that office. Strategizing, planning, and whatever. And I was nominated on the national structure that was called SASNO, South African Nurses Organization. Ne? And on SASNO, I was nominated to become the national treasurer. So that means I was traveling around the country. I would be in conferences with them. I don't know how, but they would book a presidential suit for me.
So,
I remember.
May I ask, what was where did you go first? Like when you say you traveled the country with that position?
Went to Mpumalanga.
Then that was your first time traveling to Mpumalanga?
Yeah, went to Durban, Port Elizabeth. Okay, Mafikeng is local. Yeah, so each and every time there was a trip, I would be there. I will be there representing Northwest. Me with a guy called Peperempe. His name is Chwaile. I forgot the name, but the surname was Chwaile. Yeah. And those Mandla Masuku from Swaziland, the one who went to exile because he was a politician or whatever. We started, at an early age, representing, and being on political structures like Going Libo, Nehaubo. Is it Nehau? Yeah, the red one. Libo Zolinzimambavi and whatever. We would attend all the meetings, study SASCO, what, all the organizations. So I was very actively involved. But when my boyfriend decided to start becoming serious, and then he married me, he told me, "You're going to stop this nonsense now."
Was he also doing nursing?
He's a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "You get out of this, fraternity of being a politician, because I'm not gonna survive with you traveling, and sometimes I'm crying tears when things are not going as expected. People sometimes will be against you. So it took courage and self-drive and determination for one to stay. It's not only them boys who they cry at night and consult and whatever. In every structure there is such.
So now this is in your third year. You feel the third year you're doing it again?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
So your boyfriend is like OC?
He's not happy.
Yeah.
Then when I did my fourth year, because I was so depressed and everything, that's when my husband decided to tie a knot and decide to remember. This is the woman that I want in my life. Yes. And then we started, after paying lobola before the formal function, paying lobola, I started making a baby now.
Started making
a baby now. I was comfortable because I already had a teenage pregnancy child. Yeah, so I said to him, once bitten, twice shy. I'm not gonna repeat the same mistake again.
And I was the English way, make me an honorable woman. Yes.
Something like that.
Yes.
So long and short of it.
So you were studying whilst pregnant and married?
The last year. Final year.
Yeah. And your businesses are still running?
Yeah, the medical aid one, I stopped it.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Justine, I stopped because of when you mature with time, you start realizing and finding yourself. And I realized, okay, these things, they were not there for nothing. It was to build me for greater heights. Now I'm on this. You can't be a politician and start traveling while selling lipstick and whatever. I also sold Tupperware again.
Yes.
Even with Tupperware. It was distributor. It was so easy with me for Tupperware because of when the matrons are out, I will call them and say, you know what, this bowl, we call it this and that. Just pour flour, pinch of salt, warm water, and you stand like this. And then I will demonstrate. You shake your body. When you shake your body, it's an exercise to your body, and at the same time, you are making dough for pizza. When you open, the dough is rolled up and it's nice and round. You just put it on a flat surface, you roll, you put your tomato paste, your onions, green pepper, cheese, whatever you want, mushroom, and your halloumi or whatever that you want, your mincemeat, then you've got a pizza. So I'm teaching women to be better women, mothers and whatever at home, and I'm teaching them for
keep it fresh,
keeping healthy, and as well I'm making business. And when I'm done with that, because I will demonstrate it nicely, then they laugh and their legs are up. They will say, I want it. Everybody will say, I want that bowl, I want that bowl. And I would, pride myself to say, today I'm selling just one item.
Yeah.
I'm not going to display a table like you usually see. I'm going to sell one item. But God, please give me the wisdom to know how I'm going to be able to sell this. And God will just drop it like that. Hey, you are a creative girl. You can do this and that and that. I will do just that, and I will be sold out. And when I go to order my stock, it was so amazing. For one item will come in 50s, 100s, and they wonder, how does it come about? Can see the people that I call on a daily basis. If I've got 10, tomorrow I'm going to have 10, and so on and so on. Shining was just one item. And Tupperware, they will launch something, every time there is just one thing they launch. When they launch it, I run and shine with it. Mm-hmm.
And then after completing, so now you're in your final year, you're cutting down the businesses, Bonitas, Justine, and Tupperware.
I have to focus on these political structures, and also Habi is there also.
So now Habi Lena, he's still studying, or he's established as a...
Habi came to Klerksdorp to do his internship for medicine.
Okay.
The first year, that's when we met in 1999.
Okay.
And then 2000, he was doing his community service.
Okay.
It's compulsory before you can start working. So around 2001, we started moving to Orkney, where we stayed in a flat. From a flat, we moved to a very big house, and that's when I decided even to say to him, okay, not only him, me, even when we travel home to Soweto, my grandfather, may his soul rest in peace, decided to tell me, Hore, I can see you and this guy are serious, but my baby, you have to go back home. I don't have a daughter that will be a fatted set. That will never happen. And my grandfather was very strict. When he says something, even my aunts, very wealthy, rich aunts and everything, his word is final. When he says something, they become like this. So he was such a well-groomed, well-respected, honorable man of the family. Only man. I don't have uncles. So we used to respect him. And when he says something, you need to listen. And on our way back, we started discussing with my husband. And I said, when I get there, I don't have a choice. I'll have to pack my bags. Me and you will be lovers on a distant relationship. I really need. I'm completing my course now. I need to go home. And my husband said, no. That is not happening. And then he decided to do the right thing. Lobola. And the next time we went there, we made my grandfather happy. He asked, are you sure? You are really committed to being with each other. It shouldn't be because I mentioned I don't have a fattened child, grandchild. No, he confessed, and he used to be fond of my grandfather as well. So he told him, no, I heard you well, and you meant well. So I'm gonna do the right thing.
So you didn't go back home, you got married?
I was already packing my things, and then he called home the mother, who is my mother-in-law currently. He called and said, can I speak to Refilo? Refilo, my baby, everything's going to be sorted out. I've heard that your family is complaining. No. Because of the practicals for psychiatry, we used to do them in Jubilee, in Hammanskraal. That's where my husband is coming from. So my mother-in-law heard from the other elderly bridging course students saying, your child has got a woman. Gents, she's a to die for wife, that one. Brilliant. Very active. They said all these beautiful things about me. And my mother-in-law, before being my mother-in-law, he was eager to see me. 6 o'clock in the morning, we would call the nurses home. I want the Sifularo child there. And they asked me, hey, that lady is very strict and everything. Do you know her? How do you know her? I said, she's my aunt. I didn't know what to say, And she called me. I went to her. She said, Mrs. Home, you eating junk nonsense. Do you want to come and cook a decent meal by the house in A? Already I could tell Hore, she wants to test me if I'm a potential wife or whatever. I went, I gave myself a chance to shine. I gave them 7 colors. Even my my father-in-law on the verge of his last days, he would say to his wife, Mara, I'm having a stock fail for the gentleman. I wish my Mweti. What is Mweti? Daughter-in-law. Yeah. I wish my Mweti was here because Ena utlaba shapaka 7 colors. Emunat. Because he used to like this Lokotla and he would leave the house on Sundays and go and stay there. One day I said to my mother-in-law, on Christmas Day, it's your birthday. I need your husband to be here. And my mother-in-law sent for my husband to come. When he came with a friend. But my father-in-law was eager to go and finish up the business there. And the friend was standing on the table, we were praying and we said our speeches, and my father-in-law said, now my friend, we can go. The friend said, man, you think we're gonna leave all these things to rush to what we were doing?
But I'm scared, Papa.
No, Papa, if you go along. So that is the day my father-in-law said to the mother-in-law, this woman can cook. Oh, she's a jack, you know.
You should have asked
Jack of all trades, you know. Yeah. And then, what year was it, Ghana, by the way?
I think in 2001, somewhere.
Yeah. And then, my mother-in-law was so satisfied about me to an extent that each time I go for practicals, she wants me to come and stay by them.
Not the nursing college. Then when I come home, my boyfriend is angry with me. Hey Joe, wakotisa before time. I haven't even introduced you, but wakotisa Clar. Jojo, this one. They don't understand what she's saying. Wakotisa, your kuku monna, your betrothed. You go there.
Yes. I haven't been introduced formally. No mahadi, no nothing. But I already went to Kotisa. It was not a lot of choice. I was called, you know, because of the way the students were talking about me. They made my, mother-in-law to raise bros and say, Jojo, we are dealing with a kind of a special character, I suppose. You know? Then when she saw me, she was so excited. She said, wow, are you related to Maralo? I said, Maralo? Surprisingly, as I'm growing up, I can see character ya Maralo there and there. Even the submarine things that you don't know about Maralo, that character. So I wasn't surprised because quite a lot of people would say that, and then my mother-in-law also, you know, Kenya Rabba Stembel said, you must be related to this lady. But she was fascinated and excited to have me as part of her family. And I continued to go even before marriage. And then when they got, me from home, they married me. They said, we are going to pay Lobola. Clar! We don't want half-halves. And we are taking our daughter-in-law immediately. Same day. By then I prepared you. SAB, they had this brutal fruit being launched that time. I went to negotiate by SAB. Yes. Bona. Crates and crates and crates. They were ceiling high in one bedroom at home, my bedroom. And all my cousins and everybody was there, all flavors, for free. Yes. I'm there by Bukhari. I'm getting calls. People are nice and lekker. And there is a song they already even started. They say, because of you, I've never been so drunk. Because of you. And they're singing that song, the cousin, they are calling me. Yo! And I said, I'm terrible, man. They said people were doing incredible things.
They were just happy.
Just because of you. Refilwe Mashupi, now they are calling me with my currency name. Azange in our lives. Just because of you. In Setswana. In Xhosa, actually. Because my mother was Xhosa. And then, everything went well. I graduated from there. Should I go to where I opened the business?
We get in there. We gradually get in there because I want to know after you graduated, you got married, you gave birth already to your second born.
Yeah.
This is 2003 or?
Yeah, 2003.
Yes.
I was already pregnant. We graduated, I think, during the first 3 months in March.
Okay.
Then I gave birth in end of March. What? In May. I gave birth to my second born child in May. So that beginning of March, I think on the 3rd month, because when you graduate, it's not always at the end of that particular year.
Okay.
It's beginning of the following year.
Okay.
So after graduation, I went to my grads with a very big tummy.
Heavily pregnant.
Very big.
Yes.
Yeah, and the baby became a cesarean section baby. The way my pregnancy was big, but I said, I'm going to pride myself and go up the stage, and get my pura. It was a beautiful, achievement, because it was a pregnancy on the verge of getting a baby and my career. Yeah.
So Bona. Yeah. So then, after giving birth, the maternity leave, obviously you've graduated,
yes,
but you're taking care of the baby.
Yeah.
So this is the whole of 2003.
No ways. The way I was such a hard worker. I was such a hard worker.
Yeah.
I gave birth in May. It was already winter time, and winter in Klerksdorp. You see this bridge?
Yeah.
Pager Becker. What is it? Pager Becker. Yeah.
So this bridge ends up is Honey Road.
Yeah. But I'm from Rustenburg. Where were you born and bred? Are you from here? You don't know this bridge is Pager Becker.
I'm like you. We came here. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This bridge.
Yeah.
Under the bridge during winter. People eto shapang under the bridge. After bearing a child through cesarean section, I already had a job in Potch to go and moonlight there. I went to moonlight.
So after graduating, your first place of appointment was in Potch?
Was in Potch, Boikihlapi clinic. But I was working like moonlighting, not on a full-time
So what is moonlighting for those that do not know?
Moonlighting is when you are not permanent.
Yes.
You don't have a permanent contract.
Okay.
It's just on a
temporary
month-to-month basis.
Okay.
Because of I was not, organized yet.
Okay.
I just gave birth.
Okay.
So with government, you need to wait for the time poster advertised, and then you can apply to get a permanent job.
So now you've given birth and you are moonlighting.
I'm moonlighting.
So you are hiking to Potch.
During that winter time, I would get into trucks, climb on trucks. When I ask you for something and you refuse, I feel it's not your responsibility. I should maneuver ways to get myself to where I want to go. And this life is about me, it's not about the other person. So complaining about the other person is not going to help anybody, which is the message I'm trying to send across to the viewers as well. If you want something, go out and get it without blaming other people, projecting your problems to other people and whatever. So I decided, Lord, I put myself in this situation, I'm going to make it happen. Then I would go to Potch. With my first salary, the salary was delayed. God's delay is not his denial. My salary was delayed. This agent of mine, Mrs. Meller, all the nurses, they know Mrs. Meller, couldn't pay me on time for whatever reason. I didn't know. Only to find that on the second week, when I negotiated with Mrs. Meller to say, I'm up to here with you, I need my salary. It's cold there under the bridge when I'm looking for transport. I need to buy myself a jacket. I bought myself a jacket. Till today I've got that jacket. It's old, but it's my best. Because that's where I started. That's the foundation. I think through it, but it's still there. It was a long coat, now it's half, but it's still there. And when I wear that jacket, I feel so confident.
Nostalgia, all those memories that I
completely nostalgic, with the jacket. So then, I bought that jacket. My sister decided to leave this world. Immediately when my salary came in. When I say God's delay is not his denial, I'm still a breadwinner at home. That whole money, apart from the jacket, I used it for a very decent, beautiful funeral for my sister.
Oh, mixed emotions. We happy birthday to burying your sister.
I'm burying my sister.
Oh.
But that is when I started seeing Kgolo ba Modimo. Hore, you know, God doesn't create situations for nothing. There's always a reason for that. And then I continued to work. I started getting.
So you're still moonlighting now?
I'm still moonlighting at Boekitlhapi. At the end of the year, I decided to go to Orkney Clinic, applied for a post. Now I got my. Okay, I started off moonlighting, then I got a permanent job. I started actually in Kanana Clinic.
Yes.
Then I went to Grace Mokomo. I was not so fond of Grace Mokomo. I never even lasted. Kanana. Yeah. I didn't even last. And then I went to Orkney Clinic. They gave me an offer.
So this is the same year, 2003?
2003, end of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I went to Orkney Clinic. Orkney Clinic, I worked there just for, I think, 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, safe to say maybe 3 years, if not less.
Okay.
After that, I resigned at Orkney Clinic because I was a junior nurse. And the student that would come to Orkney Clinic, I would train them. You know, when they are doing their practicals, and they would always talk about the way they benefit a lot from me and whatever. Come at the time for them to be permanently employed, they were employed as senior nurses, not junior.
Above you?
Above me.
Yeah.
Then I started, you know, saying I need to put my character conspicuous. These people, they don't know me. Started talking to the facility manager, going up to the area manager, the AD. They didn't take it well. They took it like, because I'm married to a doctor, I think I'm better. You know, certain stigma. Yeah, you know, I was stigmatized, and I said, no, it's fine. Peacefully, I'm going to resign.
You told them that?
Yeah, I resigned. I didn't have a job, but I told them I'm resigning. Tomorrow I'll be working. And it was just like that. I resigned immediately. Then I went to Oram. There was a research company that was sponsored by Bill Gates and Melinda Gates by then. They were doing a project in between TVELA TV.
TVELA TV. I think I remember the adverts.
Yeah. Then I resigned immediately. The following month, I was employed by TVELA TV project. And I started working.
This is, you said you worked opening for 3 years, so this must be 2006, 2007 now.
Yeah. Let me see, 2008.
2008.
Yeah. For 3 years, 3 years after 2003. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think I arrived there 2008 because of, at the end of 2008, I gave birth to my second born.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was after 3 years. You know, I might be mixing the years, but soon later, 2008, that's when I got pregnant with my second born, and I was working there by the project. I think I worked for 3 years, and then when I was pregnant, because of TVELA TV is a project that has got the beginning and the end.
Okay.
So we're just on the verge of disbanding the project. Okay. So I decided, why not resign even before the end of it? Because now I'm tired. I can't take it anymore. Then I resigned there. Then that was when I started thinking about starting my own business then.
After resigning from TVELA TV. So now you feel you've gained enough experience,
knowledge and experience.
Alright. And then you sat down with your husband, baby. What? Yes?
Next. While I'm sleeping,
I
started having dreams. These dreams were so amazing that just before then, there was a lady, Florence Makwakwa in Joburg. She had a company called Flourishing Consulting. She put an advert on the Citizen. Not Citizen, City Press, to say she's training young and upcoming potential entrepreneurs to be good entrepreneurs and so on. When I saw the advert, I decided to drive over to Joburg on a Saturday. And really the setup that I saw, it's what my life turned out to becoming.
You are so inspired.
Yeah, very glamorous office to be run by a black woman, but she was a foreigner. Reception fella, the king and queen chair. Those chairs, I do have them in my house even today. I bought them.
Those chairs?
Yeah.
The ones you saw at that presentation?
Something like that. The high back queen and king chair. Yeah. They were in the office. In the center, there was a very formal, beautiful table with a very big bouquet of flowers. When you go inside, it's offices and boardrooms. Then I got into a boardroom. Yeah, she's teaching the young and upcoming how to be an entrepreneur. How do you get to start? You pray God to unleash your area of excellence so that you can know what is it that you can do better without asking for help from another person. Something that you can execute without asking for funds and everything. And at the end of the day, you enjoy doing what you are doing without complaining to anybody that I'm not getting paid. That's how I started. No? And then from there, she says it's tea time, break time. Hey guys, you go there at the corner of the kitchen, you'll sort yourself out. When we go to the kitchen, you know that stand for Woolworths with cakes that are around you. There's something like that. There is a standard.
So now you didn't pay for that?
Nothing.
It was
nothing.
Free. She was
a woman of God who taught me that being selfish doesn't help you as an individual.
Yeah.
Whatever you are blessed with, share it, because you cannot take that wisdom to the grave. Share it with the other ones. Pass on the baton to the other people, you know. And then when you go to the kitchen, there's this long table, silverish, with nice bar chairs, you know. Everybody's got a space, sits there. You eat your sandwiches, you eat your cakes. There's cappuccinos. There's, you know, the serving was so amazing. And I'm the only one who drove long distance to come and, you know, attend those
from Joburg.
Everybody from Joburg, Soweto, and so on. This lady happened to like me. The second time I came for the courses, she didn't believe I'm gonna come back. Next time I came back, she said, I'm going with you to my house. I said, Jojo, I've met the lesbian. Jesus, help me out. Yeah. I said, Mama Flo, what is it? Mama Flo, that time she's driving a Mercedes ML 350, a Furnish goldish Mercedes. That is the car I ended up buying with my husband. Monaco blue. The color was Monaco blue. Ne? This lady took me to a mansion.
When was she in the suburbs or?
4 ways.
4 ways.
But she was staying in, why do I forget? Serengeti townhouses in Northcliffe. Before going there, she said, I need to pass by somewhere. We're getting out of this beautiful, well-structured business place of hers, driving on that, you know, ML, Mercedes-Benz. Now, she's taking me to go past somewhere. It's her coffee shop. 4 Ways Complex. There is a coffee shop in the center. People who knows 4 Ways can relate. I don't remember what was the name of the complex and what, but the coffee shop is in the center. Top class restaurant. And these people are coming to report, you know, coming with books and whatever. We are sitting, and I said, God, I hear I've met a hit lady. I don't know what's happening with me today, but God, you know this journey where you are taking me. This lady now says, Precious, I can see by your wondering face, you are amazed with what's happening. This is my business. For real. She said, yes, you don't see these people. Why people are coming and, yes, boss, yes, madam, what? Today, I'm Madam PreshCo. She was Madam Flo. That's my brand. Yeah. Even if you see my overalls that I wear, it's a brand that I'm building. I'm Madam PreshCo. Madam, I say Madam Flo, Madam. Hey, what's happening now? It's my business. Then we left there. We went to her house. Oh God, as if, you know, it was not enough at Northcliffe, Serengeti Estates. We got it there. It was a very big mansion. And then she showed me my room. That room, Bill Winston slept there. Creflo Dollar slept there. Tudor Bismarck slept there. Michelle Hoskins. I'm talking about the motivational figures from overseas. Big business gurus. Tudor Bismarck has got his own shopping malls. Yeah. Before we have so many shopping malls, he's one of the first people who had malls in overseas. And how do I know this? There's a book there in the room. Before you leave, there's a beautiful antique table facing the door. You write how you feel about the hospitality and everything in the space. That was the first time I bathed in a bath with legs. Today it's an obvious thing, you know, a known thing. But then, and that she would do barricking economic empowerment sessions, conferences. She said, "You Precious, I'm putting you in charge of Michelle Hoskins from overseas. She's a lady who started having her own brands that are sitting on shelves of big shops like your Pig and Peas and whatever, your Honeys and whatever. She works with canned fruits." I was the one transporting this lady from the venue to the hotel, Michelangelo Hotel.
Aye.
And one time I decided to take my daughter along. My daughter said, "My mom, you are leaving. You are living the life. I can see where you are going." And one day my husband said to me, "You know, whenever you are jolling in Joburg, all the time you go to Joburg, always when you open your mouth, Florence Makwakwa. I want to meet this Florence Makwakwa." My husband was shocked when we got there and the hospitality we received. And he started taking me serious. "Hey, baby, you're going to start this business." So every time after attending those classes, when we are sleeping at night, I would start dreaming. Because I was talking to Florence. Florence didn't understand what I'm trying to say. Lena, I didn't understand what I'm trying to say. And he said to me, "Precious, what you are going to do, you are going to dream about it." God reaches out to people in different ways. Some they dream, some they have, epiphany, on the verge of dying, and then we start realizing I was supposed to do this and the different ways. So the secret is when you dream about something, when you wake up, immediately write it down. So I'll wake up during the night and say, "Honey, wake up. Look at what I've written." And when I check, I've written a whole vision, a whole business plan, vision, mission, and what is my objective. And my objective was healthcare services for women must be a priority in my life. How am I gonna do this? And why am I doing it? I decided I need to bridge this gap between high medical aid tariffs that not everybody can afford and, low standard of healthcare service that we receive in our government sectors. Who is in between? Because in between it could only be doctors and those private hospitals. But on a level of nursing, there wasn't such level of nursing where just the baby clinics. But I had a very broader scope because I wanted to attend to a woman holistically. So I started with an office where we did women empowerment. I would bring a lawyer on board.
Where was the office?
The office, J Square Center, room 203. That's where I started, a very small office. And I started doing events and whatever. That's when I was nominated to be the interim chairperson of the, what is it, Ghana? Tourism. Tourism. Yeah, Tourism Association. Yeah. So I was the chairperson interim. I would liaise with people from the tourism board, Mafike, local economic office, development office, and so on, So out of that, and I started realizing, I've got a very long way to go. What do I do now? Because I can see events are an occasional type of a job. I need something permanent, and my passion lies with women empowerment. Let me open a clinic where I can be able to access these women. And I started off as a well baby clinic. As time goes, mothers will say, "No man, I'm pregnant. Yes, we are attending my baby nicely. I would want to see myself being attended by you for my antenatal care." I started antenatal care. As time goes, I realized, I need to refine my skills and, develop myself more. I went in 2013 to do advanced midwifery. I did that course. I enjoyed it. I started delivering privately. Yes, and that's when I started growing. For the clinic today, embracing women holistically, it's not only a maternity clinic, it's also women's health clinic. The government took me for courses to do all your terminations, pap smear, whatever, all the other services. And I upgraded my services to be doing an IV bar, whereby I give vitamin drips, which is what? Your libido's infertility or fertility drips, your jet fuel if you need energy, your detox, your skin glow, your skin lightening, you name all those type of services. Ne? And then I started introducing yoni, whereby you get vaginal steaming. You sit on a bucket with steam with some herbs, natural herbs.
Never heard of that.
Yes.
Vaginal steaming.
Vaginal steaming. You've got discharge problems. Some women will have a smell there and there, just natural way with organic, natural herbs,
Yes.
And then now it's a spa. We've got a masseuse. She can massage. And to top it up, now we have launched a business of skin tag removal. You see what I have here?
The Oma.
Yeah, those Omas. Now we are also removing skin tags. So basically, this is PreshCo International Women's Choice Clinic, maternity, IV bar and spa, but it's also an aesthetic clinic. We are getting into skin services now. Because of why? We want to embrace a woman holistically.
So may I ask, as your profession from nursing, that you said you want to treat women holistically,
Yes.
was there maybe certain bad experiences that you experienced as a starting up nurse that made you in the profession of nursing say that, man, but treat to be handled, this is not how you treat a person, you need more?
Most definitely. My character happened to be quite different from the character of nurses. I think you will hear people saying, hey, nurses are rough.
It's like
Rough with patients.
Yes.
They are not
it's
patients.
always in the news. Every year you see
Every
reports.
year. Yeah.
Because it's today
Yeah.
in the news. Before I went to work, I was watching the news and there was this one white guy who was talking about Helen Joseph Hospital or something. Helen Joseph.
Yeah.
And he said he recorded how the nurses were treating him and it became viral and people started commenting, my experience at Paraguay, my experience where
Yeah.
nurses treat me like this. Why is that such a general way of nurses that
Treat people like that.
people? I understand the fact that you can't be emotional with every patient because it will drain you as a person, whether that person survives or passes away, but why?
I can safely say it's fatigue.
Okay.
Yeah,
They
the
are
professionals,
overweight.
they are so much overweight.
Okay.
And practicality has revealed that to me as well, to saying, if I see 5 to 8 to 10 patients per day and I'm this exhausted, when I was in Auckland Clinic, I would see 114 patients per day. You understand?
Oh.
And now the way you treat them, the way they walk, you don't want them to walk at their pace. You want them to be fast so that you can finish with it and go to the next one.
Yeah.
You see such things, and it's something that in most cases they are not being taken into consideration by the superiors, the managers and whatever. I saw now recently they've started this thing of taking but to team building sessions, whatever, just to relieve that stress and everything. The psychological status of a person, especially a nurse, should be a priority by all means. But besides that, it goes with your character. If you are a nurse, it's a calling to you. You are definitely going to behave yourself and operate yourself in a very different way than a person who went for the sake of getting money and getting paid. So most of the time I would get so much uncomfortable with the way my colleague will be handling the patients. And I told myself, I need to move myself from this environment. But how can I? The only way is to open my own thing. There's a lady who told me now recently, she happens to be Shaki's mother. She said, Precious, you came for your practicals in casualty when I first met you. And when we sat, we talked, we bonded. You said to me, you want to start your own thing and you're going to open your own hospital. Are you fought? I was telling even my son that this woman is a fighter. She fought, through thick and thin to be where she is today. And she is there. And woman, you are a fighter. So I told myself, to deviate from what is happening here is only by way of opening my own business and my facility. I said that to my husband, and my husband called my brother from Rustenburg and said, come and visit us. When my brother visited and we are eating at supper, we are just finished, he said to my brother, hey, Tibos, my brother is Tabo, by the way, Tibos, I called you here to come and assist me. I think your sister is going kukusi. And my brother said, about what? And the husband said, we went into Ankron Hospital as we were walking through the corridor and holding hands, and your sister started saying to me, one day we will be walking in such a hospital and it will be belonging to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to open a hospital.
Yeah.
And my brother tried to solve whatever he was eating or drinking then, and he said, Refire, my sister? I said, hey, with excitement, and he said, wow, Laura, you are dreaming. You are a dreamer. Oh, I was so disappointed. And they say, if people say you are dreaming, you must dream more. That's when I started dreaming more. And in lieu of saying, I need to prove to them that what I want, I will always get. And the onus is on me. The ball is in the court for me to play, and I'm going to play this ball. Yeah. And later on, my husband said, my wife, I'm embracing you. I'm giving you all the blessings. What you said you wanted to do, you are really doing it. When he saw my practice on the higher level, I started at 203, I ended up at 403, the top floor, with a very big office with a boardroom and, rooms, consulting rooms, toilets, reception was like this. It was so amazing.
Then after that you moved, because now you go West End, next door West
Then
End.
after that, okay, I've made a career of moving more than any other business you can think of here in Klerksdorp. I've moved a lot. I've rented taxi rank. I've rented next to Makulu Buchi pub there, the club on N12, Mulman Street. I've rented next block, DMC. I would all rent. They would close to remove the butler, and the butler will be remaining. They will move the sliding door and say, because we are not paying, you are giving us problems. But I was persistent. I went to West End building. I went to West Silence building there behind there towards Poornet. And then I've opened a hospital, mini hospital there opposite Pick and Pay. The place is occupied by AFBOB by now. That one was a very big building with a spa and everything there inside. So the rent is always the challenge,
So one day your dream is to buy property and open this, where you don't pay rent, you just pay services.
Yeah.
So let me ask, since we're talking about healthcare now, women, because of the monthly cycle, they see doctors and nurses more. Why do you think us guys, we don't like to come to you? Because I'll be honest, I don't like to go to the doctor. Like if you have a flu or whatever, you'll be like, I get a nasha.
Okay.
Let
me tell you something. This business is a formality. Okay. My passion lies with women empowerment, women healthcare, or a holistic approach to management of a woman. Okay. Even psychological, I'm doing sessions in our private hospitals. Okay. I counsel patients there. Okay. That is a God-given or ordained task. Okay. But there are certain things that you cannot separate. You cannot separate a woman from a man. When a woman comes, she wants to fall pregnant. Fertility consultation, you must see both. When she's pregnant, antenatal care, who's the Minister of Finance, is the husband to fund, make sure she's healthy, pay for the medical bills and everything. She comes with a sexually transmitted infection. If I treat a woman, I don't give a contact slip so that the man can come. I'm not gonna win this woman. She's gonna come again with reinfection and reinfection. Your HIV, yes, your HIV, AIDS and counseling and testing. You can't test only a woman and the man doesn't know his status. So certain things you cannot separate them. You see? So it's not like we cannot treat men. We do treat men nicely. We do even PSAs and whatever, but our prostate specific antigen cancer of men. It starts most of the time from the prostate. There's different types of cancers, but the most common one, and also according to age, over the age of 40 and so, especially 65, men, they will start having problems with their prostate, and there are certain symptoms that they will see. But when she comes with the woman, they see nice treatment and so on. The men will say, Mark, why can't you help us men? Look at how nice we are, these women. That's how I attract people to make business. And then we will encourage the guy to say, your routine checkups, what are you doing? You can do this and that and that and that. And the guy is encouraged to come, Yeah. But there are certain things that we say we feel we need to divorce ourselves from. I cannot be doing male circumcisions. Serious, surgical interventions that can be done on another level. If I say it's a woman's clinic, let me attend to those that you feel you cannot separate the man from a woman rather than doing everything, because of you must be careful. Jack of all trades, there will always be problems. You cannot be a specialist on something. Yes.
I think we need to have more conversations about why men are afraid to seek help. But let me ask you something. Has there ever been an incident in your professional career that scared you when you were like, am I really ready to continue with this nursing career of mine?
Yes.
You don't have to go into details, but what happened that shook you like, hey, Precious, I'm a man.
Yeah, people will always undermine you because of, you can see my stature. I've got the young genes. So people will come and undermine me and think they can trample on top of my head. Okay. When you consult a person and then they want a refund and whatever. Okay. Those are the things that build you to become a stronger person. You must have a backbone and say, I know what I want. I know what I'm doing. Okay. If I've got the confidence, I will be able to manage this. And those people will try to scare you so that at the end of the day, you feel I'm better staying at home or working for government, because here I'm not covered, I'm on my own. That's the first one. Secondly, there are people who are jealous. They don't understand. Where do you get this wisdom, blessing, drive and everything to be able to be doing this and sustain, when quite a lot of nurses try to start this and they fell off on the road, and then when you kept the focus, never lost sight, and told yourself the sky is the limit, I'm gonna do it no matter what, so those people, you will, especially on the delivery side, that one is a very serious challenge. Even one doctor asked me, how do you manage when we as doctors, we are afraid to be doing this? I said,
the delivery of a baby.
Bathings. I think I'm allowed to can do home deliveries. And with such, you don't get inspected for so many things. So, but not because of, I prioritize the safety of the mother and the baby. I said my home deliveries will be in my facility where I will have an oxygen cylinder, will have suction apparatus, the maker research unit, all those machinery and
like
incubators, whatever safety. No, incubators, we don't use it anymore due to better birth initiatives. You can't leave a baby there. Baby must either be under your care or on the mother's head. Yes, for safety reasons. There are called deaths, incubator deaths, and whatever. So we avoid those things, because the baby must also suckle from the breast and whatever. So it's an initiative that is universal. It was not initiated by me. So now these people, they'll start being jealous of you. They will come into your facility just to test you. And it depends on how strong you are, how much of a backbone you have, because of sometimes you even get into trouble with your nursing councils and whatever, and when they investigate, they find it difficult to
fingerprint the specific problem.
You understand, it becomes a long-standing thing and whatever, because of they don't understand somehow there can be even jealousy in the midst. For an example, you'll find you've got a client who comes for antenatal care by you. From the first visit, she attends 8 or 9 times. But when she's not satisfied at the end, because of when there is a complication that you put on the contract to say, should this happen, it's a risk. You have to be referred to a secondary management level. It's something that say, cut off. You cannot continue for the safety of the life of the baby or of the mother. Because they paid privately, they feel, I don't care. You will manage this. And when you say, to protect my career, I cannot continue because I know it's wrong, you are definitely going. And when they go, they get angry that I'm going to birth in a government hospital when I paid private. But initially when you discuss, you put all this information to say, if you don't have a medical aid and you cannot afford private services, it means I'm going to refer you to the public. But we go up to this far. Here are the potential complications. Should you break your water and your water is like a meconium stained, makaka, in this water, it means it's potentially possible that the baby has drowned in that water, because the baby inside breathes like a fish. There are some ducts that will shut down when the baby is out so that the baby can breathe the air. But from the inside, the air molecules, they come from this water. There is a part that separates the two for the baby to be able to survive inside. You understand? So when you break the water and there is makaka in there, the meconium, it means there is a possibility the baby might have aspirated this meconium and can cause lung complications. So this type of a baby is the baby that has to be birthed in a setup that has got, incubation potentials and everything, like your pediatrician specialist and whatever. Because this baby might even go to high care or ICU, neonatal ICU. So those are the risks that I'm not willing to take. If I see something like that, I will refer you.
When I asked that question, I thought you were going to speak of a certain experience that you saw, but I'm shocked that
that's an experience.
It is an
experience. It is an active experience.
But what I was saying is that the way you spoke on the professional side, it shows me that this nursing thing really is for you, and you are not shook by certain experiences, but they encouraged you, in fact.
Exactly. Doctors were afraid to do it. I said, I'm a midwife. A midwife is somebody who delivers naturally. And you must have the natural love to do this. If I can show you all the pictures, the portfolio profile for my midwifery, unit, where I delivered babies with my staff and everything, you will love it. And a lot of people, they would come and book for such reasons. You understand? But jealous people, going back to your question, will come in to test you, and somebody will consult from the beginning to the end. Because of you referred her and she didn't like it, she will start saying the clinic is dirty. Which patient can come for 8 to 9 visits to a facility that she knows it's dirty? What patient will love to be delivered by the very same practitioner who is dirty? Because now delivery is an sterile procedure. You understand? It must be a clean procedure. Yes. And we do great drapes, disposable. We don't use sheets that we wash, gowns that we wash. Sterile drapes. You will see when you do your rounds. You see such things. So those were the challenges. But I told myself, I didn't come this far to give up now. I'm not going to give up because of 1 or 2 people. When I have helped so many people, wherever I go, every time a mother will say, "Hi sister, here's your child," or "Here's your baby." And when I'm with somebody, there's somebody will say, "Your sister, you've got so many babies in this world." I can imagine how many. And I am proud to hear that, and I get happy. You understand? So challenges are there. Even the government, it was difficult to embrace us at the beginning, but now they are starting to come around. They are starting to understand. Okay,
you see, this bridge is actually helping.
This person is serious, and for her to have persevered for so many years, and we are not taking her serious, but she's still there, and she's still helping. And you'll be amazed. We are even submitting our statistics to the government, because if they say the catchment area, we are going to look at the government only statistics. What about the private? Because of the very same catchment area, 1/3 or 1/5 or whatever of this population is coming to us.
Now, before we close the show, I'd like to speak about teenage pregnancy. Because I remember last year, I think it was Christmas, there were in the news 2 stories that shocked the country. There was a girl that was, I think she was 11 or 13, and she gave birth to, the father was, I think, 13 or 14 as well. They were both under the age of 16 and 18. And then there was another story of a young girl of 16 years she was impregnated by somebody that was 19 or 21.
Yes.
So, and when you spoke about when you were starting nursing, I remember we grew up in that era. There was love life.
Yeah.
That scrutinize, condomize.
Yeah.
So now you don't really see so much
Of that.
And
Yeah.
you in your profession, you know, you can't, you have to, doctor-patient confidentiality, you know. So in and around Klerksdorp, are you seeing a lot of teenage pregnancy?
Amazingly, a lot.
Wow.
Amazingly, a
So
lot.
do you think the biggest problem is at the household or the lack of sex education around teenage pregnancy?
You know, I'm just going to make an example for you. When a child is taking drugs, most people, they project the cause of this being from maybe lack of proper parenting skills and whatever. It's not like that. It will happen to this child and not to this one, and so on. We don't choose. You understand? The same applies to teenage pregnancy. We can try our best and try to keep our daughters enclosed in our homes, be strict on the times to come back home, and so on. But if a child want to choose that direction, she will go there. So to be honest, there is nothing wrong anybody is doing. The only thing that I feel we need to put more attention to is these contraceptives.
Okay.
I once raised in a meeting to say a point to say these contraceptives must be made accessible by all means to all the women of childbearing age. It used to be from 18 to 38, ne? But now it's from 18 to 35. Ne? I said, if accessibility, and they started saying to me, because we are running a private clinic, you want assistance for them. And I said, so what? If they are accessible, it's better than a person who will fall pregnant, go for backdoor abortion by this, foreigners, they give pills. I've got a terrible experience about people who comes to me after being,
from those backdoor,
their lives being risked by the back doors. You understand? Yeah. Instead of those, and then they get rotten because they don't have a depot where they get cleaned and so on, and they get rotten. This person is having sepsis. She gets admitted in an ICU. Firstly, medical aids didn't want to pay for family planning. And I said, now you are going to pay exorbitant amounts in ICU, because ICU and trainer bills are from 200,000 going up. It's never easily less than that. So medical aids were willing, but now they've opened doors for contraceptives. Same applies to the government. Don't judge a child when she comes to get contraceptives. I said, I think even at schools, we must go, but we must give slips to give for the children, to give to parents, to saying a contraceptive or women's clinic nurse will come and see us and talk to us about contraceptives. People were against me in the room to say, it's like now we are encouraging to have sex and then giving them ideas that they are entitled to. But if we don't do that, what are we seeing? The government has put in place the thing that we must submit statistics of children who come to do termination of pregnancy at the age of 16 or less. I said, what about patient practitioner confidentiality? And they raise a very important effect to say, what if, because this is a minor, what if there is serious problems going on back where the child is coming from? Rape by an uncle, somebody in the family, and whatever, it's an incest, it's what, all those things. That is a valid reason. So we need to disclose if you had, so that.
So, but you don't disclose the name of the person, just the age and.
Yeah, just the age and the numbers, because the numbers are escalating. So we need to sit down and ask ourselves, what is it that we are doing wrong? But by God's grace and mercy, the government is already embracing us to realize, we need to fight the good fight together. We need to be in partnership, PPP, private-public partnership, in order to win this battle.
So you think more sex education will help?
More sex education will help. And an early level.
Yeah.
They say we can start doing pap smears to children at the ages of 14 years. But parents are not happy with that. I also do introduce it here to say, Mama, can we start, checking? Can we start contraceptives, especially when the girl child has got problems with menstruations? Problems with menstruations is basically imbalance of these hormones that are responsible for the reproductive organs, which is your estrogen and progesterone. Now, with contraceptives, it depends on which one is high, what can we give to augment so that they can balance. You understand? So, with proper counseling, a parent will understand. But there is this resistance that says, Mara, oxalate, it's a contraceptive on a young child, 14 years, 15 years. You understand?
Is it also true, because when we were growing up, you would hear your parents say, are there certain foods that young people should not eat that will make them not to menstruate at an early, or is it just body development that some girls develop faster, some don't?
Amazingly, Mai has got a lot of protein.
Okay.
Our bodies need that protein.
Okay.
Hey. So there are certain foods according to the myths and the myths and what?
Urban legend.
Yeah, those things, yeah. Wrong perceptions and whatever, and taboos and whatever. I used to say to my mom, and she said I'm the most naughtiest child in the family because we were 3 by then. If she wants to call Tabo or Mandisa, she will say, Rif Tabo, Rif Tabo Mandisa. Rif was also always at the beginning. Why? Because of when she tells me you don't cut your nails at night, I will always say, why? You don't eat eggs when you are a girl child. Don't eat too much of why? And when kita clap. Next time I ask you, I tell you not to eat something or to do something, and you ask me why you're gonna get a clap because you are the only child who's doing that to me.
Sure.
I said, Mama Mara, I should have pride when I explain to my kids to say, hey, this because of this. Don't do this because of this. I don't have to be like a parrot wearing work clubs and I don't know the reason, but I'm saying because of how I was always told. You understand? So this thing of girls eating eggs and whatever, I don't buy that story. I will always encourage people to have a diet that has got protein, that has got minerals, vitamins, different, and especially all my patients will tell you, I always encourage them to take their green leafy vegetables because they contain a lot of iron. What is the function of iron in your body? To transport oxygen molecules to all the vital organs of your body.
Okay, so your lettuces, your cabbages, your cucumbers.
I say group of 5. Cabbage, lettuce, spinach, broccoli, and beetroot. People they don't know beetroot is a green leafy vegetable. When you go to the garden, you see those leaves. It's just that the creases of the leaves are red than those of spinach. So that is a good diet. When you don't have iron in your body, you get tired, weak, you don't have energy most of the time. You wonder why. And when you come to a clinic, when you start talking and I realize you are pale, I know where to direct my questions for history taking.
I think we're going to have to do a second episode because this episode, we talked about your life and how you got here, but we didn't really speak of the medical practitioners and what it is that you go through day by day, family planning and whatnot. Because I'm happy we spoke about you as a person, as a black woman owning a business in Klerksdorp, especially this business of yours. There's few to little black women who own it because it's mostly, as you said, big private companies that own these establishments. So I think we have to do a second episode that is strictly going to be speaking on health issues, family planning, and us as men, what is it that we can do to remove certain stress from you females? Because if you're going to be honest, black men, all we want to hear is that Musad will go healthy. Or what you're going through, what medication you're taking, what pills you're taking. I don't really want to know about that. That's something that we must discuss and must change the stigma of us going to clinics and finding more about women and what it is that is needed for them to be healthy, especially as we grow up. Because now we're going into a world where a lot of fake information is out there. More than ever, I want to phone you.
Yo, Google. Dr. Google had to help me out in here.
The professional
Where's
series.
Dr. Google? You know, people are nursing me. They come here to ask for help, but they nurse me, and I'm not sick, you know? And they will say, yeah, because I Googled, they say, my blood type, I must take this type of food. When I say, hey, ma'am, you are pregnant. You are pregnant. And I'm your specialist right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so you are going to nurse yourself or I'm going to nurse you. It's up to you. Oh, Dr. Google said I must do what? I must do what? Yeah. But it's so interesting because you learn, you know, the misconceptions that are going around and you structure your counseling sessions around the myths that are current. You know,
So those myths and your professional history makes you a better
person because they also help one to do some research. There's no jack of all trades. What you don't know, you research thoroughly, you check your journals, you check your formula list, guidelines that you have and everything. So there is no master of, you know, healthcare. You have to keep on developing yourself.
You learn something new every day.
Something new every day, and people will help you to guide you which direction to take. It's the very same patients that comes into your facility to ask for help, having had this and that there. You need to verify, and you know, next time the next patient comes, you answer better.
Okay.
You know,
because of that previous information.
Because the previous information that you know, prompted you to go and do a research.
That's nice.
Yes.
So like I said, we have to do part 2 where we talk more on how, as a black race, because we need more education about everything. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to cut the episode short, but I hope you feel the way I feel that part 2 is needed to talk more about life and health and precious PreshCo International Maternity Health Clinic. Thank you very much for hosting us. This is a very beautiful office space. Most definitely I'm gonna be my lady here. You can feel like a queen while getting the best professional help in the city. Episode 12, that's a red director is shouting us. It was 3 minutes, 2 minutes. How many minutes left, bro?
The laptop is gonna die, bro.
The laptop is gonna die. Ladies and gentlemen, we promise you part 2 is gonna come. PreshCo, thank you very much for being a beautiful, honest host. Would you mind doing episode 2?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind at all.
All right, thank you.
I would be thrilled
to do it.
It will be my pleasure.
We'll speak more about your profession this time because we spoke about your life and how you got here. But I think people will want to know more about health issues, and we're going to break that in the next episode. We'll promise you it's gonna come.
Peace. Thank you, Lady Mawela.
Peace.
And the crew.
I'll beg Educated TV. Talk with STAWELA. It's a wrap. Episode 12. We talk with STAWELA, Educated TV, PreshCo International Maternity and Women Healthcare Clinic. Let's go. There's the beautiful reception. Show the magazine cover she was on. Oh my God, you change the date every day? That's so good.
PreshCo International Women's Clinic.
International. Follow us.
Okay, then this is our spa.
Can you go in 2 minutes?
Yes, you can.
This is the spa. This is where you do your nails and feet, I
The
presume.
nail bar,
The nail bar.
the massage section there.
Feel like a king, dog. I want feel like a king. Royal
The
treatment.
pedicure station.
Your Royal Highness is clean. You got the massage table right here, and that's the facial machine, eh?
Yeah, the facial steamer.
The facial steamer. Ooh, we got beautiful robes. It's all private up in here.
This is my office.
Oh,
This is the judgment room
judgment room.
where things happen.
Eh, one of these TV, Papa.
Yes.
I don't tell me what any children. Check her in her youth, son. Oh my gosh. Joe, when I fashion that quality gold, that's old school. So this is where the magic happens. This is so nice for the kids. This is informative.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful, nice sample.
Okay.
And then what do we have this side?
Well, we conduct our deliveries. We've got the research unit.
Shing, shing. Y'all know. Shing, shing.
We also do our
What is that?
jaundice management.
What does that machine do?
This machine is a research unit. When you take the baby out of the mother, we can put the baby here to work on the baby.
Okay.
And then there is a radiant warmer. You warm the baby. The machine can also read the temperature of the skin of the baby and the temperature of the environment to check if where you are operating is conducive for the baby. Then we've got this machine, we call it a CTG machine. This is the machine that reads the heartbeat of the baby when it's inside, before the baby is fed. This is a CTG machine. And then we've got our suction there. If the baby has aspirated something, we suspect aspiration, but we don't recommend using this machine all the time. Better Birth Initiative says no suction. But if it's highly needed, then that you can use it. No?
For some reason, I don't do that.
This is our electronic bed. When you do a procedure, you position the patient nice and easy by operating just this machine. You take the head out. You want Trendelenburg a position whereby the feet are higher than the body, you take it down, or vice versa.
And those you use for exercises before birth?
Antenatal exercises. Even during delivery, if the mother is struggling and we suspect the position is not right of the baby, she can rotate the baby. Then we've got our delivery trolley that has got the pads, that are sterile. We just keep them closed at all times just for sterility reasons. This is trolley, we use it when we do terminations of pregnancy. We've got a sterilized stuff in there. Right. Yeah. And this one is it used to be our sterilization room, but now we use it for procedures as well, since we've got quite a lot of functions that we do in this clinic.
Okay.
And behind you, we call this a tandem drawer, whereby we keep all sterile material that we use. We don't wash towels, we don't wash gowns, we use disposable that are sterile and prepared. Everything is packed, we don't use anything that was used for another patient. We've got the grades. If you need a baby pack, it's here. Delivery pack for the mother, it's here. Then, this one is a Myomed machine. Ladies who are struggling a lot from vaginal infections, this machine is a ozone atomization, steam. We steam the vagina, it kills all this bacteria from the inside. Because people who struggle from vaginal infection, because it's a bacteria that's in you, it gets healed, with time it reoccurs again. So we combat it with this machine, the ozone atomization machine. This is our emergency trolley, where we have to have all the drugs that we use when there is an emergency. Anaphylactic shock, a person who reacts to a certain medication, you need to be on, guard to be able to manage. Here we measure the weight of the baby. You see that one there, Hamila Gold one. It's to measure the length of the baby. It has to be straight. I think it's just in the position. We're able to measure, and then here we do the weight of the baby. We've got the scale for the other underneath, and here we've got the machine for skin rejuvenation, anti-aging,
Anti-aging.
Aging, yes.
Yeah.
You just switch it on, depending on how many minutes you want, and then you set the machine according to the light that you need.
Okay.
Different lights have got different functions.
Okay.
Yes. Green, yellow is for the skin, to rejuvenate the skin. And then we've got this apparatus for skin tag removal. Where is it? We also remove the skin tags. It's like a pen, actually. You know the Ntumpas?
Professional.
You know the Ntumpas? Yeah. Do you have a Ntumpa? Can you come and be a model for me? Because I want to also go into a business of training, you know, our poor sisters out there. Our sisters out there, they are sitting, you know, under the sun, around in the house from morning up to the evening, not knowing what to do. These are the things that we can teach them. They come for courses here, maybe every once a month on a Saturday. We teach them to do such minor procedures that doesn't need, you know, so much. This is a pen. We call it the nervous pen. It comes with the needles. You don't repeat the needle on any patient. You take a new needle, you connect it there, and then where it says output, you put on the Ntumpa, it bends it. You wipe, but you use it after applying a local anesthetic cream. You apply, you wrap with plastic so that it can be absorbed for 15 to 20 minutes. You come with this machine, you bend, you wipe. After that, you apply a cooling gel. I don't want to show the gel because if it's branded, it's like I'm advertising.
Okay.
Like a cooling gel, and then we are done. We also do procedures like dermaplaning, whereby when you apply your skin treatments, they usually don't work because there's a barrier.
Okay.
So we remove the barrier manually first, and then give a cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and put you in this machine.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's an anesthetic clinic as well. We decided we want to, you know, give a woman a holistic approach towards, you know, well-being.
So it's 360. You take care of your beauty and take care of the child and the mother.
And the mother and the psychological status of the mother. We do family counseling and everything.
Psychology.
Yeah. Because stress exacerbates everything. When you have a condition and you are stressed, nothing gets, you know, powerful, you know, yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
All professional.
And from there, that's a mini kitchen of ours, resting, relaxation couches, and then the toilet. Our toilet has got a snooze room there, but we are staying but surely getting there. But who would the rest you have? Yeah, look about it, guys. Your favorite, this one?
This is my favorite room. For real. I'm gonna be in here, baby. For real. Big Talk with STAWELA, Educative TV, Dr. PreshCo, Precious International Health Clinic. Hey, show them male nurse, man. You all shy up in here.